What the media won't tell you about this country. Singapore, a spotless city, strict rules, and a skyline that looks like the future. But if all you know about this country comes from glossy Instagram photos or tourist blogs, you're only getting half the story. Behind the headlines and airport efficiency lies a nation that runs very differently from most Western democracies. It's rich, it's safe, and it's respected, but also tightly controlled. What the media won't tell you about Singapore is that beneath the glowing reviews is a model of government that blends discipline with ambition. In this video, we're diving into how Singapore really works, warts and all. It's not a democracy the way you think. Singapore does hold regular elections, but its version of democracy is far from the freewheeling kind seen in many Western countries. The People's Action Party, PAP, has been in power since 1959, longer than most people in the country have been alive. In recent elections, it's won around 85 to 90% of the seats in parliament. The playing field is tilted. Opposition parties struggle with limited media exposure, strict campaigning rules, and an electoral system that heavily favors the incumbents. Freedom of political expression is tightly managed. Public assemblies require permits, and critics of the government have faced defamation lawsuits, fines, and in some cases, legal challenges. Supporters argue that this guided democracy ensures efficiency, stability, and long-term planning. Detractors call it undemocratic. But one thing is clear: life in Singapore is not run on open, messy debate. It's run on results. Freedom of speech? Not quite. In most countries ranked highly for democracy, freedom of speech is a pillar. In Singapore, it's more like a carefully monitored privilege. The country ranks low on the World Press Freedom Index, sitting below 120th place in 2024. The mainstream media is largely state-influenced, and online platforms are regulated under the Protection from Online Falsehoods and Manipulation Act, POFMA. Public criticism of religion, the judiciary, or government policies can lead to civil suits or administrative actions. Activists and bloggers have found themselves penalized for what the government deems harmful to public trust or national harmony. But here's the twist. Many locals accept, even support, these limits. The trade-off? Singapore's government system delivers incredible safety, efficiency, and a high standard of living. Chaos is low, trust in institutions is high, and that's a bargain many citizens are willing to make. Punishment is strict, and it works. Singapore doesn't mess around when it comes to law and order. Forget about jaywalking or littering. This is a country where chewing gum is restricted, fines are issued for smoking in prohibited zones, and vandalism comes with serious consequences. These aren't just symbolic rules, they're actively enforced. And the results? One of the lowest crime rates in the world. Public spaces are clean. Public transport is safe at all hours. People follow the rules not out of fear, but because there's a shared understanding that order benefits everyone. While some might see it as overly rigid, most locals see it as the foundation of their peaceful daily life. Singapore didn't become one of the world's safest countries by accident. It did so with discipline and follow-through. The government is involved in almost everything. What the media won't tell you about Singapore is how deeply the state shapes daily life, not just through laws, but through structure. Roughly 80% of residents live in Housing and Development Board (HDB) flats, public housing built and maintained by the government. But this isn't run-down welfare housing. HDB estates are modern, clean, and diverse. The government even manages ethnic quotas within buildings to promote integration and social harmony. Singapore's leaders also own and operate massive global investment firms, Temasek Holdings and GIC, which manage hundreds of billions of dollars in assets. These funds invest worldwide and help fund national programs, all while giving the state a powerful financial backbone. Even in areas like education, healthcare, and transportation, how Singapore really works is a reflection of a proactive, hands-on government. It's capitalism, with a side of central planning. Meritocracy, but with pressure that cuts deep. Singapore's success is often attributed to its meritocratic system, one that rewards performance, effort, and results. From a young age, students face a tightly structured academic path. National exams begin at age 12, and those scores can determine high school placement and even university prospects. Top scorers are funneled into elite institutions, while others face limited paths. While this has produced a highly skilled workforce and world-class universities, the pressure is intense. Mental health concerns are growing, and student well-being has become a major national conversation. Tuition centers are everywhere. Students attend school by day and extra lessons by night. Parents invest heavily in private tutoring, enrichment programs, and test prep. So yes, if you work hard in Singapore, you can rise. But the cost of success is often long hours, academic anxiety, and little room for failure. The country is tiny, but it thinks huge. At just 728 square kilometers, Singapore is smaller than many global cities. It has no oil, no mountains, no rivers, and even its drinking water is partially imported from Malaysia. And yet, it's a financial powerhouse, shipping hub, tech magnet, and diplomatic player on the global stage. Why? Long-term thinking. Singapore plans decades ahead, investing in infrastructure, water security, research, and global branding. The port is one of the busiest in the world. Changi Airport is consistently rated the best globally. It reinvents its economy every 10 to 15 years. Even land reclamation is strategic. Entire districts like Marina Bay were planned from scratch, proving that size is not a limit, only a challenge. Surveillance is real and widely accepted. This is a country where surveillance is part of the landscape. Tens of thousands of CCTV cameras monitor housing estates, train stations, roadways, and public parks. Smart technology tracks traffic flows and public movement. Identification systems are integrated into banking, healthcare, and government services. Western media might call it intrusive, but many Singaporeans see it as a trade-off. Less privacy, more peace of mind. With that monitoring comes efficiency. Crime is low, safety is high, emergency responses are fast. The vast majority of residents trust that surveillance isn't there to control them. It's there to protect the peace they value. It's a city, a country, and a corporation. Singapore may be the only place in the world where governance truly feels like management. Ministers are paid some of the highest government salaries on earth, some earning more than the U.S. president. Why? To attract top talent and prevent corruption. And it works. Transparency International consistently ranks Singapore among the least corrupt countries globally. Civil servants are trained like corporate executives. Ministries don't work in isolation. They operate more like departments in a high-performing business, with measurable outcomes, efficiency metrics, and constant feedback loops. Policies are tested, tracked, and tweaked like product launches. When something doesn't work, it's quietly replaced. No drama, no press conferences. This corporate mentality is why trains arrive on time, tax filings are simple, and infrastructure is futuristic. It's not warm and fuzzy, but it is ruthlessly efficient. And in a world filled with failing bureaucracies, Singapore's government system might just be the most functional company you'll never invest in. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. Singapore's success is clear, but it comes with trade-offs, and not everyone wants the deal. Artists and free spirits may find the city too rigid. Political activists feel boxed in. Journalists face constraints. Spontaneity is rare, and rule-breaking is frowned upon, even for minor things like eating on the train or jaywalking. The high-performance culture can feel stifling. From school to work to retirement, life in Singapore follows a carefully crafted script, and not everyone wants to stick to it. But here's the thing: Singapore isn't trying to please everyone. It's designed for stability, safety, and upward mobility. And for millions, that's enough. So while the system has its critics, it's also producing one of the world's most livable, cleanest, and safest societies. And maybe that's the whole point. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to work for the people who live there. What the media won't tell you about Singapore is that it's not just a country, it's a concept. One that blends structure with ambition and control with innovation. It's not perfect, it's not flashy, but it works. And in a chaotic world, that might be the most underrated success of all. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.